the children will groan. It's the and that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. It's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On for the field goal, a 57-yard attempt.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, remember, last year in Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, and me and my crew, we got to see him. When they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, head coach Ron Rivera told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. And each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds. All the way down at the 3. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
They'll try to run with Harris. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now. 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd and 5. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
21. Here we go.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Open man is heard. It's complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Strip that ball.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run with Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0.
Patriots 14, Jets nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 61 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Down right around the 25. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch the slant.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed cross. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start the drive with Harris. Oh, look at the juke. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Harris.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. New England on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Darnold from the gun. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, Darnold flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down now, it's Harris. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? When these...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Here we go. 180.
57. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
11. 11.
57. 57's run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hurd. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Here we go. 180.
Right here.
Block.
Check 30.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
13.
Harris, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Mike, 57.
You don't know no better. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Go.
57.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run again with Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now here's another carry for Harris. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
White. 57 Mike. 57 Mike.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. That's caught by his tight end, Matt LaCosse. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Harry. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Harris. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That's it, baby.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Well, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Darnold completes it. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? They sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You ain't going nowhere.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. Complete to Sammy Watkins. 1st and goal at the 3.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go. down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Here we
So
go.
the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
53, come on. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Black!
53, come on. 53, check 53.
Hey, two.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
All day, baby, all day.
To throw is Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Small. No, no, no. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
On 1st down, Harris. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
20! And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
12. Small. Hey, come on.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20! 21, 21. 53.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Faking the give, Darnold. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
57. Mike, 57.
You remember me? You remember me?
Now Garoppolo. Open man is heard. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jalen Hurd, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
They're going to run it with Harris. And he gets halfway there down to the 1 yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a two-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more two-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold, he's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw, Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And here we go on fourth. Darnold, he's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, D.
65. Go ahead.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say